Welcome back to the Spring Branch Sports Line. I'm Greg Dahl Jr. here at Memorial High School with a member of the Memorial girls basketball team, Giuliana Madrigali. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
You're here for this unexpected interview, but we're glad you could join us. You're a four-year letterman here at Memorial. So far this season, y'all have had a successful run. Just claimed a district championship last week with a victory. This Tuesday, you have a matchup against MacArthur. As one of the leaders on the team, just tell me your thoughts of this season so far.
I think we've had a great season so far. The team has really band together just to try to achieve our goals that we set in the beginning of the year. I think our game on Tuesday is going to be really important. It's senior night, so everyone's really excited, and we're just ready to get out there and play and come out with a win.
We were talking off the air about your time before being here at Memorial. Just tell our listeners some of your early formative years. How did you get started with basketball, and what brought you to it?
Well, I started at Bunker Hill Elementary, and I was playing a lot of basketball with the boys when I was little, and I just kind of got into it. My older brother played with me a lot as a child, and I just kind of grew into loving the sport.
What position do you play in basketball?
I play point guard.
Now, you've been on varsity for 4 years at Memorial. What was that like? And what are some accomplishments you've received throughout the years, if you can remember them all?
As a freshman, it was a little intimidating coming in, being so young and hanging out with all the older girls and trying to compete with them. But I've made relationships with the older ones when I was a freshman that I don't think I would ever have made if I wasn't on varsity as a freshman. And but it was great. I won the Kristen Patchell Award for just being a good teammate last year, and I don't know, some other ones that I can't really remember right now.
You're a member of the successful 18-6A Memorial girls basketball team, member for 4 years, going to your final year. What does that feel like?
It feels good. I think our team has progressively gotten not only better on the court, but better together. And this last year has really been about relationships within the group, and those have really just grown, and I'm excited to keep those relationships as I go off to college.
One relationship I know you'll keep, as he's done with many of his alumni before that have gone on to various places, is with your head coach. Tell me what it's like to have worked with him for all these years, but also now moving on to a different role of a former coach and player.
He's been an amazing coach, coaching basketball, but also a life coach. He has exemplified what it means to be a stellar man and what we should look for. But I think now that he's going to be a former coach, just having that relationship and just sticking to it, I think it's going to be awesome. He does a good job of sticking with his former kids, so I'm excited to keep that relationship going.
Tell me one thing you will take from learning under his tutelage. What's one thing when you think about him that you look back, what's going to always stick with you from him?
Every day he wants us to get better, and he always cared about basketball, but he cared about our lives and getting better, just in being a good person. And so I think I'll just take away, just give it everything I have every day and everything I do, because I know that's what he does.
As we said, it's going to be senior night coming up Tuesday against MacArthur. We'll be here to cover that action for our listeners of the Spring Branch Sports Line. You've been a product of Spring Branch. You have an older brother that was an athlete in Spring Branch, also at Memorial. Tell our listeners, what does athletics mean to you and being a part of Spring Branch?
I love athletics. I also play soccer, and I think a lot of who I am came from Spring Branch athletics and just the community that comes with it. It's been great.
Life after high school is going to come pretty soon. You plan to go where after Memorial High School?
I'll be going to Texas A&M University.
What do you plan to study?
Motor behavior in the College of Kinesiology. So, yeah.
What does that mean? What do you plan to do with that?
I plan to be a pediatric occupational therapist or maybe a physical therapist later on.
What brought you to that decision?
my mom has her own clinic. She's an occupational therapist, and I just see her work a lot with her kids, and made me kind of want to do the same.
Changing the world one patient at a time. I love it. With our closing moments, tell our listeners who you are, what you plan to do after high school once again, and we'll keep it going.
I'm Giuliana Madrigali. I plan to attend Texas A&M University, and it's a great day to be a Mustang.
I love it. With that being said, Giuliana Madrigali has been our guest for this edition of the interviews brought to you by the Spring Branch Sports Line. She is a member, a four-year letterman of the Memorial Girls Basketball Program. We want to thank her for her time and wish her the best of luck at Texas A&M.
Thank you.